So I'm just going to give like a real quick what's going on. When Jericho was 11 years old, Renee and I were visiting, and Luke and Jericho were running around playing, and she had a terrible fall. She broke quite a few things, and over the years we've been working on it, healing it. God's been covering every step of the way. She's got great doctors that keep working on her. God keeps straightening out stuff that has been crooked, and a couple years ago she had a surgery on the same elbow because they'd been focused on her wrist. And then they moved to the elbow. They did a surgery, like laparoscopically, and cleaned it all up. It was a little clunky. And so it worked a lot better after that. But recently, with all of her sports that she does and all the things that she does, and she has, like, she can hyperextend her joints that's getting in the way of after she broke it. So what was happening is the ulnar nerve was popping over the bone and causing a lot of trouble. So causing a lot of pain when it popped over and back, causing a lot of numbness, tingling in extremities that shouldn't be there for her. And so the doctors, they had to do a bigger incision, move that nerve from the back to the front of her arm. And so she was only supposed to be in a cast for 2 weeks, but he said because of her really hyperextendiness that he'll probably keep her in the cast for 4, because to try to help it to heal in a way that it's tougher for her to hyperextend it, because that causes problems for her. So, just so everybody knows what's going on with her, she's good. It was a fixing sort of surgery, not a bad thing. Nothing wrong happened again. It's just the same thing we're working on, and hopefully the last one.
Not so clunky this time.
Yeah, not so clunky. Right, and all her feelings back. So as she was coming out of anesthesia, I reached up and I said, "Can you feel in your hand?" And she wasn't even enough to be able to talk, but she felt my hand with her hand, and for the first time in I don't know how long, she could actually feel with her pinky and stuff. And so just the tears of joy started going because of moving that nerve, she could feel again. So what they did is working so far. Yeah. So she just it was homecoming week, surgery in the middle of homecoming. She tried to go to homecoming. We had a concert again last night. She's just been really busy. So we're trying to get her as much rest as we can, but she's a busy kid. Yeah. But so just so everybody knows what's going on with her.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's great, because we noticed that as soon as she walked in. It was like, oh no.
Wait, what's going on?
Let me just mention that ball in the back. I talked about balance, and it's kind of hard to get just the right balance, and when you're trying to deal with it, when you're looking at Scripture and you're looking at situations like this, it takes balance. It takes balance to understand what the Bible's saying about this, and then over here, and then compare them and bring them. There is a place. I don't know if balance is even the right word, but there is a right way to look at it that God has, and it's available. And if you don't understand, what I want you to get is that you can ask God, and He'll lead you into all truth. And Paul said, if on some point you think differently, well, that's okay. God will show you and me, and we'll get there. And so that's how we have unity, even when we don't quite all understand everything perfectly, right? So anyway, I have one slide, I think, that shows the bloodline that Judy gave me a great picture. And a testimony that goes with this. You heard it last week or the week before, actually. I didn't have the picture. So she had walked with your daughter. Okay.